I don't know who invented stairs, but I bet it was a two-legger. But today, we're gonna beat them at their own game. I'm going up 888 steps, and I'm not going just anywhere. Epic foot shot. It's called B-roll. So where are we?
Today, I'm not facing any old staircase. I'm about to climb one that's underground in the midst of an expansive and surreal subterranean world. This isn't my first time exploring this amazing cave, but it is my first time undertaking the expedition on one leg.
I think my kids have wanted to come here for a long time, and I finally caved. I totally stole that from the tour guide. No shame.
By the way, my name is Alex. I'll be your tour guide today.
When buying tickets, please be advised that they charge an arm and a leg. Just kidding. They only charge a leg, obviously. So are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
In we go. It's time for an adventure. Tell me in the comments what's the most adventurous place you've been to. I bet you have some amazing stories to tell.
Wow.
While I'm traversing those 888 slippery stone steps,
1, 2, 3, 4.
how about I tell you about this stunning place? This incredible cave was discovered by a guy who just wanted lunch. I can relate to that.
That, my friends, is known as cave bacon. Don't eat it.
I guess drive-through windows weren't a thing in the middle of the forest in 1907, so Edward Arnold decided to go hunt some grouse. He shot one up on the mountain, only to have it fall down the mountain. When he scrambled down after it, he noticed that the mountain seemed to be breathing. That's a little disconcerting. Turns out the breeze was coming from a small hole about the size of a garbage can lid. Excuse me, can we pause the tour to get a quick look at a garbage can lid for size reference? Thank you. Back to the tour.
I hear tell that this is step 222.
After discovering the entrance, Edward came back the next day with his buddies. The rest is history. The entrance was enlarged, stairs were added, and in the 1990s, the local high school football team put in the rails. I'm awfully grateful that they did, because these steps are uneven and slippery. Now hundreds of people go through the Minnetonka Cave every day.
These are the bones of the last tourist to touch the rocks. That's a no-no.
The reason why you shouldn't touch the stone is because oil from your skin can damage the rock formations, some of which are still growing. The name Minnetonka comes from a Native American word meaning falling waters, which sounds about right considering how drops of water periodically landed on my head as I made my way deeper into the subterranean cavern.
Don't bump your head, dear. They say if you're 5'5" or taller, you have to duck. I'm 5'2", though I recently lost a foot.
Gentlemen, welcome to the wedding room. This is our last area of the cave that we're going to go into.
Whoa, looks like we've reached the end of the road. After this chamber, the tour will turn around and head back the way we came. That's 444 steps down, 444 steps to go. We're halfway there.
Before I continue, are there any questions, comments, concerns about me turning off the lights? So if you close your eyes, you see there's absolutely no difference.
This is what absolute darkness looks like when you turn the lights off inside a cave. And here's what it looks like if you shine a light into a diamond ring while in the cave.
It's the universe.
Actually, it's a very expensive disco light. Turns out there were a number of glowing rocks in the cave. Why they glow and what creates the different colors, I have no idea. But it was pretty cool. I don't know about you, but I'm almost surprised that I made it this far. Between you and me, I wasn't entirely confident I'd make it the whole way. I'm kinda on my last leg, so to speak. But we're halfway through now, and there's only one way out. so I guess I have no choice but to make it the rest of the way.
Time to do the 444 steps all over again in reverse.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,
No.
90, 100.
As for how the cave was created, millions of years ago, the area was underwater. When the ancient sea eventually dried up, it left behind limestone. Rain and melted snow seeped into the ground through cracks. Beneath the surface, this water had a chemical reaction with the organic matter trapped in the ground, which then dissolved the limestone. The cave's dynamics were further shaped by earthquakes. At least, that's my understanding of it all. I'm not a scientist, so don't fault me if I don't have the most detailed explanations. On the whole, I'd say just because you hear something on the internet doesn't mean you should take it for granted. What? You didn't think my puns are nice? You should have heard the tour guide. He really cracked me up. And yes, I got into a punathon with the guide at the end of the tour. It was delightful, and my husband got a good eye workout from rolling his eyes so much. He has a rocky relationship with puns. Whether or not you like puns, would you mind liking this video? It'd really make my day.
Even some of the steps have bailed on the stairs.
Moving on, literally, I'm going to head up this staircase. As an amputee, I usually avoid stairs. I don't have the same range of motion in my knee when my prosthetic leg is on, and my ankle doesn't move on its own, which is suboptimal over uneven ground.
Yeah, it turns out going up is a lot harder on a prosthesis for these steps, but going down a slope is harder than going up it. Kind of random.
I found that mildly surprising, but the real surprise is that we're now 3/4 of the way through and I'm not dying. Well, aside from having one foot in the grave, literally. Yes, my jokes are lame, but I'm standing by them.
Other people have abs of steel. I have ankles of steel. Well, just one. 96 steps left. I didn't claim to be fast, I just said I'd do it. We're nearing the end of our 888 steps. Not as bad as I thought it'd be. The tour guide said that they actually get a surprising number of amputees through here, so I guess I'm not the only one to try it. Of course I'm not. Amputees like having fun just like anyone else. There's the light ahead!
As we near the light at the end of the tunnel, I'd just like to point out that we all have dark times in our lives. But we don't have to let that stop us from living. Losing my leg drastically changed my life. Yet, here I am, exploring the same cave I explored years ago on 2 feet. Life can still have adventures, even after tragedy, and periods of darkness are often followed by a greater appreciation for light.
But man, that cave monster at the end, we barely got away. He took a piece of me with him. Woo! Yay!
Good job, guys. You made it out.
Good job. Yeah, let's take that off.
Amputation has definitely made life harder, but when I persevere, the feeling of triumph at the end of the tunnel is stronger than if things had been easy.
Okay, conclusion, it was surprisingly doable. I thought it'd be a lot harder than it was. I mean, it wasn't easy, but the handrails made a huge difference. Without those, not so good. But with the handrails, it was doable.
I have more problems to overcome than I did before, but my victories mean more to me than ever. Sometimes we all just need a reminder that the world is still a wondrous place, just waiting to be explored. While I'm busy having the aforementioned punathon with the tour guide,
You guys absolutely rocked.
here's a playlist about how I lost my leg. I'm Stephanina, and thank you for joining me on my amputee adventures.
Limber pine. It doesn't look that limber to me. Maybe I'm going out on a limb though. I really need to branch out.
You just have to stick to it.
Well, I'm trying to face it.
Oh yeah.
I just can't see the forest or the trees. I'd take that for granted.
Of course.
That last pine was in vain.
Oh.